Hello, fellow online ESL teacher. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Susan, and I am a teacher, a trainer, and a workshop coach at Gogokid. And this is the beginning of a series of videos I'm doing on how to be the best teacher that you can be. There are a few reasons that you may want to watch these videos. One is that you're already an online ESL teacher and you just want to up your game. Maybe you want to make sure that you are presenting your best self to your students, that you are using excellent teaching techniques so that your students want to come back to your classroom. Maybe you're struggling with getting regular students. Maybe you're struggling with getting positive parent feedback. Maybe you're just wanting to present the best class that you can for your online ESL students. Or maybe you're trying to get hired. Most online ESL companies are going to determine a teacher's base pay by their education and their experience, and then also their performance in their interview or demo video. So using these tips that I'm going to give you in this video series will help you excel at that interview so that you can get the highest base pay possible based on your experience and your education. So stay tuned for a series of 5 videos to up your ESL game. And this is video number 1. Today I'm going to talk first about your classroom environment. So number 1 is classroom decoration. Having a nicely decorated background is important because when a student comes to your class, we want them to feel like they are in an actual classroom setting. They want to have something interesting and engaging to look at behind their teacher. They don't want to be seeing your living room or a blank wall. So something that feels like a warm and inviting classroom environment. And this is also a great way to kick off your interview because first impressions are first impressions, right? We all know that these first impressions are really important, and that also applies to your interview. Your interviewer wants to see, are you really ready to teach ESL online? Are you taking this seriously? Are you excited about the possibility of having this job and working with students in China? If you are, you will have prepared your backdrop and have it nicely decorated. Maybe you don't want to spend a lot of money or effort decorating your background for your interview because you don't know if you're going to get the job. You don't know if you're going to even like teaching ESL online and continue doing that. So maybe you're at the point where it's just kind of a maybe thing for you. Maybe you're a traveler, maybe you're a digital nomad and you want to move from place to place to place. So you don't really have a specific room or teaching area that you consistently use. That is okay. You can so simply go to the Dollar Tree and you can buy a trifold board. Maybe they're not at the Dollar Tree, but they are at Dollar General where I live, or Walmart or Target, in the craft supply or the school or office supply section. You could get a trifold board and you could set it behind you wherever you are going to teach, and you could have it nicely decorated with any of the cute little classroom decorations that you can buy at the Dollar Tree or at the Target dollar spot for so cheaply. Or you can just buy a pack of magic markers and color it, decorate it yourself with some letters, with your name, with some stars, whatever you want to put on it. Number 2 is teacher attire. Along with your backdrop decoration, your attire is also important. You do not want to show up to classes looking like you just rolled out of bed. You don't want to look groggy and sleepy. You don't want to have bedhead. You don't want to have your fuzzy pajamas still on. So please get dressed. Solid colored clothing seems to work best on the camera, especially if you have your background nicely decorated. We don't want too much craziness going on that could be distracting for your students, Gogokid's online teacher dress code is smart casual. Online ESL teachers should wear shirts that do not reveal cleavage, so we do not want a very low cut shirt, and we do not want our shoulders revealed either. So make sure that you have some type of sleeve and something that is not cut too low. Number 3 is lighting and distance. Lighting is a tricky thing in your online classroom, and it has taken me quite a while to get my lighting to where I think it looks good. What I have is very simply a table lamp. It is an armed adjustable table lamp LED light that came from Walmart, and it was less than $6, I think 5 something. And I have it sitting directly behind my computer up on a platform so that the head is just above where my camera is, and it's not pointed straight at my eyes, so it does not blind me. It is angled up, pointing at the ceiling above me. This reduces the amount of shadow behind me. Overhead lights do this. Let me show you. Overhead lights now put a shadow on my face. And now I'm going to turn off my light from behind my camera. Okay, so now you can see the difference of what it looks like when I have just an overhead light and how dark and shadowed my face looks compared to my background. I'll turn back on my light in front, and that's better, but I like it best without my overhead light on because it does brighten up my face so much more. Then also, and number 3 is your distance from the camera. As an online ESL teacher, you do not want to be too close to the camera as to frighten your students, and you do not want to be so far from the camera that you look so tiny and your students can barely see you. So a good rule of thumb is about an arm's distance. So if I stretch out my arm, I can just touch my camera, and that lets me know that that is a good position. I do, when I'm teaching, move closer and move further away depending on what I'm doing. If I want my student to focus more on my mouth, or if I'm teaching them vocabulary that works really well with close to and far from, I might shift around that way. But in general, the distance is about an arm's length from my camera. And then number 4 under your classroom environment is a positive attitude. We want to be happy. We don't want to come to class too tired. We don't want to come to class too grumpy. We want to come to class with a smile on our face, ready to teach, ready to engage our students and have fun with them. So a positive attitude is number 4. And number 5 is clear audio. So the best way to do that is to have a headset with a boom microphone. This is actually a requirement at Gogokid. So wherever it is you are applying, you should check what their requirements are as far as your audio. You may be able to get away with earbuds at another company with the microphone that is down here. I personally, as a trainer, do not recommend those because when I'm training teachers who are wearing earbuds, they do not correct my mistakes in pronunciation as often or consistently as teachers with headsets do. I think that this is because there is a hearing issue on their side, that they just do not pick up all the sounds. Likewise, with the microphone, the boom microphone, when it is not right in front of your mouth, it can be difficult for your students to hear some of those softer, gentler sounds that we make in our English language. So this is just a great way to make sure that your student is hearing you and getting an optimal learning environment from their teachers. So these are 5 great ways to make sure that you are providing the best classroom environment for your students and your parents so that they will keep coming back for more. There are also great ways for you to make sure that you knock the presentability portion of your interview out of the park to jump up that base pay as much as possible. Number 1, have a nice classroom decoration. Number 2, dress professionally. Number 3, have good lighting and be a good distance from your camera. Number 4, have a positive attitude. And number 5, clear audio. All right, guys, I hope this helps, and don't forget while you're here to go ahead and subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications so that you will know when the next video number 2, comes out on teaching techniques. Happy teaching!